So a lot of people have been asking me how to make custom models, so I'm about to make this video for you. So first you want to go watch the Syphrus tutorial on how to make your game work with these extracted folders, these extracted bigs. So you would take like these bigs and then extract them into folders, so then you get like the models and the textures and everything. So first you want to get Blender, and I'm just going to be showing how to import like single objects like pants or shirt. So let me split this up real quick. Just split it up, so we just got the pants. Couldn't find like any other model, so I just picked this one. It's just random. So you're gonna need to download this script, which basically exports bones and mesh so you can line stuff up. So I'm gonna go to my folders, I'm gonna go to models, and then find, and then you want to open Oasis once you download that. Okay, so basically I'm gonna go to outer torso because I want to line the pants up with like a shirt or something. So okay, I gotta find a model. Okay, I guess we'll do female. So I'm gonna take this, copy his path, and then replace this right here. Control V, play. Okay, so now I got this. So then I gotta take this and then line it up. But you want to make sure you line it up with the skeleton. And what you can also do is pick the skeleton, go here, viewport in front so you can see it. Okay, that looks about good probably. So what we're gonna do is delete this, and then I already got this full skeleton. It doesn't really matter what skeleton you have as long as it's got like the same bones, like these arms, these legs, like stuff like that. They kind of work for everything. Okay, so now we gotta click this and then shift click the bones, right click, parent, automatic weights. And then if I click the skeleton, go to pose mode, and then go to like rotate this, it should be moving, but it's not. I mean, it actually came out pretty clean. But yeah, you kind of just want to check all these bones, make sure everything's working. Like, see the shoelace kind of messed up there. And I'm guessing that this like shin guard's probably gonna be messed up a little bit. So now we gotta download this other script. So you want to click this, shift this, press N. You want to download this voxel heat diffuse thing, and then you just drag and drop it on here and download it. And then you hit N, find mesh online, and then you go to voxel heat diffuse skinning. Change the bones to 4. Sample raise. I usually just turn this all the way up. And then make sure you select both of these, and then voxel heat diffuse, and then just let this run. All right, that's finished. So that should have fixed most of it. Like, yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks good. Yep, it fixed the shoelace. Yep, it fixed the knee pad as well. Yeah, everything looks good. So, I mean, we got lucky here, I guess. These shouldn't, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, we got lucky with this, so we don't really even need to paint anything to do weight painting for anything, because these tools does everything for us now. So now you got that done. You want to go to UV editing, select your object mode, select your thing, edit mode, press A. It looks like this is all one texture already. Yeah. So that's fine. If you want, if your model has multiple textures, like it looks like this one did, but since I only took the pants, it looks like it was fine. Yeah. What you would do is you would select everything, and then you would want to do this before you do the rigging with the skeleton. So you would select your model, you would press N, and then you would use this script that Dumad made. Shout out to him. And you would select all of your models. So like say you had pants, and then you had or no, say you had like pants, right? And then there was like an accessory you added to it or something. Say like you added like a belt, I don't know, and then it would be two different objects. So you would have the pants and the belt. So you would click both of them, go to like size. This doesn't really matter. I usually just do like 1K. You would click both of them and then do combine and bake. And then when you would go to UV editing, it takes all the textures, puts it into one. I did combined albedo. So I mean I didn't really need to do it, but see it takes everything. And then if for some reason that like makes it look weird, you would go to UV maps, and there would be like another one. You would click the top one, and then you would delete it, and then you'd use this UV map atlas. So then we go to the UVs, click image, save as. Let's do Fortnite and save that. And then now we got this finished. We're gonna click this or select both of them, hit Control A, all transforms. So when you go to object, it should all be 0, 0, 0. And then pretty sure that's it. So you want to select both of these, file, export, GLB, include selected objects, data, mesh, tangents, and then export. Okay, so this was super easy. I'm gonna do another one, like another tutorial for like doing a whole model, and then maybe like some weight painting in there just in case you end up needing to do it. But first I'm gonna import this. So you want to download this GLB to PSG converter, which I'm gonna have like a page that has download links to everything that you need. Okay, then pick the GLB file, Fortnite, and then the PSG template. You want to go to your content folder, and then since we're doing pants, we're just going to replace the create a character pants model. So you go in here, find pants, and then I'm going to open this with, what you would do is you would open these with Noesis. So I open that, there's pants. But this is the hand thing I already replaced, but I'm going to replace this. This is cargo pants. You would just use Noesis, okay, and then you would find like your model, whatever, copy the path or something, and then you would open it in here. So I'm going to replace this since I know that's cargo pants. And then just gonna take this, put it here, and set it to my desktop. You want to make sure you change the name of the output file to the PSG that you're replacing. Convert. And then I'm gonna launch up the game real quick. Okay, and then while the game's launching, I'm gonna open up Frank's painting. This is for the textures. So you find the texture you downloaded right here, and then you take the PSG. You want to download another program. You want to download this hex editor. Take the PSG you just made, drop it in here. Scroll down just a little bit, and then you'll see this stuff. You want to look for diffuse underscore, and then this right here, this is your texture. Copy that, paste that in here, and then since our image was 1K, we're gonna set that to 1K. Convert image. All right, it's done. And then go back into exported PSGs, Fortnite. Copy this. Now we're gonna be putting them in. So create a character, texture, paste that in there, replace. I probably should finish loading my game up first. All right, okay, yeah, you see the texture replaced, but I didn't replace the model yet, so I'm just gonna Control P, pause the game, and then go back to create a character, go to model, and then we replace pants, so we open the pants folder, drag, drop this, replace. Okay, and then unpause the game. Dang it. All right, now I go to edit skater. It should update. Yep. As you can see, I forgot I was supposed to be replacing female, but that should be fine. So what happened when I do that? Yeah, I mean it's goofy. And since I didn't replace shoes, because I mean you don't really need to, I guess, for since this one already has shoes. But so since the shoes are still here, what you would do is, this is if you're importing something like this with shoes, I guess. If you're just doing pants, you shouldn't need to do this. But you would exit edit skater, open up the save editor, which you can download from the downloads thing. Okay, and then actually let's just see if it works. Yeah, you can see when I'm walking around, everything looks good. Like nothing's like floating weird. But yeah, the shoes are still there. So what you would do is go to free play, open up this editor, go to asset editor, refresh assets, remove asset, and then you just pick the stuff you want to remove. So feet, remove that. Okay, and then in the game, scroll down, up. Now the shoes are gone. So now it's clean. And then what I can do too is, since I lined it up, it looks kind of goofy with that. Since I lined it up with the female, let's see, I can lock pants. I can just swap to a female real quick. Yeah, I lined it up with yeah, see, that lines up better, but I think it's still going to be choppy because I'm not doing a full model. No, it's pretty good. It's kind of choppy, but yeah, that lined up pretty good. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So I guess I can show how to import an entire model now. Okay. Okay, so this is where I got that model from. Sketchfab, this is a good site. But to do this full model would be kind of tough. I mean, it already lines up pretty well the way she poses, but you want to look for rigged geometries. This one isn't rigged, so you want to look for rigged models, preferably, so you can line them up as best as you can. So I'm gonna find one real quick. I'm struggling to find a model that works, so I'm just gonna do this one I've already done before. Some, so this one's already rigged and it's already set up nice. I'm gonna delete. I'm just gonna start deleting stuff until I get to the armature, because you don't need all this. Okay, yeah, that's it right there. And then open scripting, mission bones, and we're gonna find. What I usually do is I just use, since I'm lazy, I just use the skeleton from Shingo's torso. Uh, so copy his path, paste it in here. Run it. I'm sure like the normal create a character torso probably has the same skeleton, but I just haven't tested it. So we're gonna select this, and then just gonna try and line it up with the entire skeleton. And you can click on this armature, go here in front so you can see it better. I think I lined it up pretty good already. Up the arms. Alright. Now we're gonna click on this, the armature, go to pose mode, and then find like the points where you bend, go to rotate. See, I can move it around. Looks like this one's a little weird. I think I'm just gonna do this. So just try and line it up with the bones as best as possible. Like, yeah. I mean, it does look a little weird, but should be fine. Alright, whatever. That's good enough for me. You could spend your time like trying to make it perfect. This is just a demonstration. But yeah, see, the legs are already pretty much lined up. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's still gonna attach to the bones. So now we click on, okay, this, I didn't connect everything, so I guess you want to do that first. Looks like these are just random objects I need to delete, but keep everything else. And then, yeah, and then just merge all these, Control J. So you select all of them. So you just want to click this, your model, go to modifiers, armature, arrow, and then apply. And then now you can delete the armature, and for some reason it does that. Don't know how to fix that, so you have to line it up again. And you can like import the mesh of like the shoes, like a pair of shoes from the game if you want to line it up perfectly, but I'm not gonna do all that. Um, but that looks so bad, this arm, but that's good enough. It'll look fine in game. Also, I do know that this model is a little too big. If you go to here in statistics, it's got all this, so I'm just gonna decimate it right now. Or first, I'm gonna go to, actually, yeah, I'm gonna decimate it. So you would do modifiers, deform. You don't gotta do this if your model is like less than, I'd say like 20K, like, I don't know, like 17K vertices and faces, maybe. I'm not sure exactly. So I'm just gonna decimate this a little bit. Uh, Make sure the model doesn't look terrible. But that should be enough. Then just apply that. And then I'm gonna go to edit mode. select everything, then merge by distance just to maybe clean it up a little more. But looks like I might have decimated too much. Like it looks fine now. It might look bad in game, so you just want to make sure you find a model with low count vertices and faces. So now it's pretty much the same thing as before. Parent with automatic weights. Failed to find a solution. Okay, for some reason that's not working. So I'm just gonna try and see if I can skip straight to voxel heat diffusing. Make sure to set this to 4 always. And I'll just see if that works. Alright. Okay, looks like that worked. You shouldn't really get that error. I do not know what's wrong. But so I'm just gonna mess with these, make sure everything looks good. Looks good so far. Nothing weird happening. Yeah, with this voxel stuff, you shouldn't really need to do much weight painting except something I know that I'm gonna have to do, which is with the shoulders and how it squishes the face like that. So to fix this, you can either use a skeleton that's already got head stuff, and it usually fixes, but since I'm lazy and I always just use a torso because it's got everything I really need. You don't really need like a head bone. You can kind of just connect it to everything else. So what I'm going to do is go object mode, click this object, and then weight paint. Actually, no, first I'm going to go to edit mode because these shoulders are affecting, they're squishing the head because it's got like weight painted all over it. So I'm going to select this entire head by just pressing L on everything. Actually, except I'm going to set it to UVs. Okay, no, I can't do that. Yeah, UVs, there we go. I don't want to select the neck, I don't think. I think I remember that messed with it. But you usually just want to select the entire head, like everything you can. Actually, see if I select. If I hit Control Plus a couple times, there we go, that should be good enough. And I want to make sure I select all of this. This is like a pretty high detail model, I guess, so I gotta really get in there and select everything. And I'm gonna set this to faces too, top left, so selects everything a little better. Make sure I get all this hair. So yeah, you're just gonna want to press L on everything. Make sure you got everything selected, and then gonna go into weight paint and then click this in the top left. So then it's only the head, and then I'm gonna find right shoulder, which is this one. See how it's like painted, so when you move the shoulder it squishes the head. So I'm gonna set my weight to 0 and hit Control X, so that sets it to 0. And I'll do the same thing for left shoulder. Now when I go click on the skeleton, go to pose mode, and then move the shoulder, you know, it's not perfect, but it's not squishing the head anymore. And yeah, see, I obviously need to select more to fix it, but I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not gonna do all that right now. I'll check this one. Like, yeah, but you get the idea. So just keep testing around. This looks like everything is pretty good. Something you can also do, which I don't know if I'm gonna do, I'll do it. It's gonna take a while maybe. Is click on your object in object mode, go to modifiers, add modifier, and then is it deform, smooth, corrective, hit N, go to the voxel stuff, scroll down till you see corrective smooth baker. I'm actually not going to do it because I think this model might take like 5 minutes. I'm not trying to wait. But basically, it'll just give you like a better result. So you want to do that. And then after you do that, you want to remove this modifier. And but yeah, I think this is good for now. So I'm just gonna import it into the game by doing the same stuff where you object mode, select both of these, export GLB, include selected objects, data, mesh, tangents, girl. Actually forgot to do the texture. Now I can show the texture thing in action too, I think. Edit mode. Okay, yeah, you can see like the UVs are crazy overlapping. So like the texture would not work because you need one texture for the game, right? So what we're gonna do is select everything. We're just going to object mode, select it, and go to the one atlas. I don't know what the size is. I'm just going to do 2K, I guess. Combine and bake. And then, yeah, as you can see, the model, it looks cursed. And then, so I don't know why it makes the eyeballs giant every time, but it looks cursed. So you would go to UV maps, UV map 1, delete that. So, so you can see that it worked. So now you want to take this combined albedo, save as girl. Just save that, and then we already exported it. So now the girl GLB, and then so this is the replacing part. So what you gotta do for this, because I'm doing an entire model, you actually have to do some extra steps. You need to download the marquee file. I'm gonna have in the link in the file with all the links. There's gonna be one that's Bessie the cow download, and you want to download the marquee file or the marquee big and unpack it and put it in your content just like you do create a character. You would put the marquee in your backup file, and then you put the new one, the new folder in here. So when you would do that, you would find Dem Bones, and it would be replaced. You see Bessie, it's replaced with Bessie. So you would pick Bessie, you would pick the PSG because that's what we're replacing. Copy the name of it, paste it in output, convert 200 vertices. That can't be right. Yeah, that cannot be right. Let me see if maybe I exported it wrong. Oh, also I forgot. Glad I catch that. I'm just like both these, Control A, all transforms too. So I forgot to do that. Maybe that was the issue. So select both these, export, GLB, girl, and then I'm just gonna delete this and redo it. Okay, yeah, 46. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, now I'm gonna go key, models, Dem Bones, Bessie, and then you would drag and drop in there. But first, I'm gonna open HXT, drop it in here, find the texture. I think it's different for Bessie a little bit, but I think it's right after the fuse. So I think it's probably this one. Paste that. Alright, then drag the model and replace Bessie. Go back to textures, and then Frank's painting. This, copy, paste it in here, replace, and then load up the game. And I don't know if I did a good job explaining. I don't know if I was over explaining. I was just trying to make it as simple as possible, but yeah. So now we're in the game, free play. We replaced the dem bones, so we gotta go down, find dem bones, and then there's our model. It is cursed, and I got the banana board. Yeah, it is cursed because the model, yeah, and the weight painting for like the face, I didn't do it very well. But yeah, you get the idea. It's pretty much, everything's good. The emotes work, the legs moving, everything looks good. But yeah, the model does look cursed because I had to decimate it because it's too big. So you don't really want to do that. You kind of just find a model that's small enough that you don't have to decimate. Yeah, and then obviously you want to spend more time on like fixing the weight painting, or like I guess the head right here. I just didn't select everything. And then for stuff like the skateboard, the wheels have like their own skeleton, so you would kind of just, that's why I got banana wheels, so you would do like the same thing. And same with the skateboard, you kind of just replace it. I don't know, there's not much special. You don't really need to do anything special to it. You kind of just replace the model. I'm not sure if I missed anything. Try and reply to comments if there is any questions. I'm still very new to this. Shout out to all these people in this Discord. All W people. Dumad goes crazy with the scripts for all this stuff. He made the one that combines all the textures and the one that exports the skeletons. This dude Sanjay, he made the tool that just makes importing models possible. You can also use the skeleton blend file. It has like the full skeleton, like with the head, hands, like everything. You can also just use that for a blender. I'll link the Discord in the description as well. We got a bunch of custom models in here so far. Made this monkey one. His hand one was pretty cool. The normals are kind of cooked on this, but yeah, people making some cool stuff in here. We got Steezus, Rick and Morty. Yeah, definitely join up here. Yeah, they're working on custom maps right now. Sanjay and Demat have been cooking. They're getting kind of close. There's still probably a bunch to do, but they got custom collision and stuff working. If I miss anything, I'll probably put it at the end of the video here. Hope this helped.